I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Central Victoria, Australia. Go live on Tuesdays, and I'm super excited to be here with you today. I hope you've had a great week and you're looking forward to the long weekend for Easter this weekend. As you pop on, please pop on and say hello. Let me know where you're watching from, whether you're maybe been here before or maybe you're new. It's always nice to see a few new faces each week. I've got a few things to share with you today, and then I thought what I might do, because I've done so many videos lately and creations, that I wanted to take a little bit of a break this week and actually just share with you something that has been pre-done. So I do card classes each month in Bendigo, and I've already had this month's March class, and I had a leftover card class, so the packets for each of the cards. So I thought what we might do today is I would share with you a little bit of a sneak peek of my card class here in Bendigo, Victoria, if you live nearby and maybe you want to join us. There's lots of surrounding towns that you can join from, and yeah, we get together once a month and create 3 cards, so always fun. I was a little bit crooked then. Hi Jeanette, how are you? So yeah, that's what I was going to do. I will say I've got something sort of semi-planned for next video. I did have it actually scheduled for tonight. I just didn't get a chance since on stage and everything that's gone on. I just didn't get a chance to finish it all. So it's upcoming. It's going to be coming, which is nice. So how's everyone's week been? Have you been doing anything exciting? I'm just trying to think. I've just did a little bit of crafting on the weekend to try and catch up. We're going away next, or the end of this week, for Easter. So, you know, it's just a really more of a catch-up game. But yeah, other than that, we didn't do a real lot, which is nice. It's nice to sort of not do too much too, I think. Yes, loving the weather, Jeanette, absolutely. If we could have this sort of weather all year round, I would be really happy, because it's warm but not uncomfortable. And you know, I like to be able to wear shorts and shirts, but I don't like it being hot or muggy. And yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Hi Marion, hi Judith. Oh, no worries Judith, I'm glad that you were able to get on. It can be a little tricky sometimes. Yeah, so has anyone been doing anything exciting? I'm just trying to think, other than going away at the end of the week. We really don't have much on, so that's our life though, isn't it? It's usually fairly quiet, and every little once in a while you'll do something exciting. Hi Sue, how are you? Yeah, so just trying to think. My hubby's actually working in town today. He usually doesn't work on Tuesdays, but because of the long weekend coming up, he is at work today. So I thought I'd done really well to be able to shut the shop and get here on time. I think the key is to shut a couple of minutes early. Don't tell my husband. It has been really quiet today, so I'm not too worried that I shut, you know, a minute early. It'll be fine. Great gardening weather, absolutely. Gardening and crafting, yes. I need a little bit more time for that. I do have some apples that I need to pick up that have fallen off the tree, so I do need to go out and get those up and put them in the bin. But yeah, that's about as much gardening as I'm going to get done in the near future anyway. Oh, I'm glad you're good, Sue. All right, so I've got a few on now. Welcome everyone. Like I said, I hope you've had a really great week. I hope you're ready for a little bit of crafting tonight. I am going to share with you 3 cards that we created with the Bendigo Card Class that I run each month. If you're interested and you live around the Bendigo area, we create 3 cards. It's a lovely, friendly, relaxed atmosphere. And I do have my registration open for April. card class in April is the 20th of April, 2 to 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So, and it's in the center of town. So lots of free parking. It's a really nice little spot that we're in. So yeah, if you're interested in any of that, you can reach out to me, or all the information is over on my blog as well. And you'll do need to register if you would like to attend. That way I can get your kit ready and know that you're coming. Marion says it is because we have Riley. Yes, she has my German Shepherd over there helping with the gardening, because she does love to be outside with people. Okay, so I'm going to just go through a few of the announcements before we get into our crafting. Can you believe it is the end of March already? I cannot. It's this month has gone super fast, but there is still a few more days to get the March goodies if you want to place an order, and I've had quite a few orders this month, which has been fantastic. Thank you to all my customers that are purchasing through my online store. I so appreciate it. It makes me feel like what I'm doing is worthwhile when you get a few orders in. So thank you so much. So for anyone who orders and uses the host code, and I do have a new host code this month. I had to close that one that started at the beginning of month, but there is a new one just till the end of this month. And you'll see that on my table when I turn the camera down. But if you want to place an order, use that host code, and these are the gifts that I will send to you. So the first one is this beautiful card using the Everyday Details bundle. Super sweet. If you want to see this card being created, I do have a video here on YouTube that you can go back and watch. So that's the handmade card. You'll also receive the Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle, which for March is the Perennial Lavender Suite. 12 beautiful cards, simple designs, but really cute ones as well, all using that same suite. There's full color photos, all the measurements, instructions, and everything is there that you need. And if you missed my card for this tutorial, it is this one here, which is so cute. I'm really letting that DSP do all the work for me, and I love how that turned out. So again, there is a video here on YouTube where you can see me create this one. You'll get these, both the handmade card and the tutorial bundle, free for shopping with me each for this month in March. Now, if you spend over $65 in product, I'll also send you the March tutorial bundle. This has 50 tutorials in it, lots and lots of wonderful projects there. And this is my tutorial from that bundle. It's using the Pebbled Path and Nature's Sweetness suite. Super cute, great little gift box, and I made this last week here on my live, so you can go back and check that out. Now, both the Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle as well as the March tutorial bundle, so these two bundles, if you maybe live outside of Australia, or you live in Australia and you already order through another demonstrator, but you still would like to get these tutorials, you can purchase them over on my blog. It's an instant download. So once you've paid for it, it will take you straight to the tutorial bundle. So if that's something that interests you. Now, if you would like to get these for free each month, you can sign up and purchase the starter kit through my online store and join the INKY Stampers team, and you receive those free each month just for being an INKY Stamper. So a great little incentive for joining my team. All right, also this week, the monochromatic Instagram hop. We're focusing on Melon Mumbo this week. So here is my card. Isn't that gorgeous? This is that Basics vellum in the annual catalogue. And I've used the, what is it? Layering Leaves. Oh, Botanical Layers. It's actually a stamp set that I've not long received, so, but I really like how it works out. So you can see this video here on YouTube as well if you would like to take a look at that. If you want to have a look at the Instagram hop, because everyone is using monochromatic theme with the color Melamumbo. You can head over to my Instagram page at @stampintracybish and find that post, and all the blog hop participants are, oh no, sorry, their Instagram hop participants handles are there, and you can go and see what everyone else is creating as well. So super fun. I really like this challenge because you're focusing on one color, but I'm creating some nice, simple, beautiful cards as well. So that is there. Tracy's Sunday Challenge. I don't know whether anyone has thought about joining this week, but we're only a few days away from Easter, so if you're in need of maybe creating something fun for Easter, come and join in. Or if you've already created something for Easter, come and take a photo of it and pop it on the challenge post. We would love to see what you're creating. And if you don't create for Easter, you could just use maybe pastel colors, you know, Easter themed pastel colors, or maybe you've got a rabbit punch or stamp set that you could use. So it doesn't have to be Easter, it could be a birthday card. Do you know what I mean? So come and join in. Now, if you haven't seen my project, it is this cute little box that has a Malteser's bunny rabbit in it. I really thought this was a cute idea, and I do have a free PDF tutorial over on my blog as well. So if you would like to create this little box and, you know, maybe change the DSP or anything like that, there is that PDF tutorial over on my blog. It's an instant, you know, just download straight away, and that's completely free. So go over and check that out as well. And there is a video here on YouTube for you. So, oh, thank you, Marion. Oh, thank you, Jeanette. Yes, no worries. Yeah, I actually really like creating for Easter, but I don't give out too much for Easter. Because we are so close to Easter, I also wanted to bring in and show you my project from the Global Monthly Video Hop for this month. The theme was Easter, and I created this little Humpty Dumpty sat on his wall. So it's a little Humpty, hang on. It's a little Humpty Dumpty egg. Ooh, and he's come apart, that's why he pulled off the top. So he sits in top on his little wall, and then you can open it up, and then inside I have some little Easter eggs inside. So I thought this was just such a sweet little box. Humpty Dumpty sitting on his wall. You can get these in at Woolworths or local supermarkets if you would like to create your own. And this is the Petal Park bundle. So the stamps and punch. So a really cute little idea, and yeah, you can find this video here on YouTube as well with all the information over my blog. Oh, thank you, Sue. I just wanted to share that with you as well. So if you wanted a few more ideas for Easter to create for family or friends or, you know, neighbors, whoever, they are very inexpensive, and you know, you can use a lot of scraps with those projects, those two projects as well, which is awesome. You want to be using your scraps up. Hi Sharon, how are you? Yeah, so that was all that I had to share with you today. I'm going to share with you now the 3 cards that we created for March's card class in Bendigo, and I'm not sure. We can either create all 3, we could create one, I don't know. It's completely up to you guys. I'm going to share with them first. So we have this one here. Now I have started to, well, I'm a demonstrator, so what I find is, hi Lisa, how are you? I find that I collect a lot of Stampin' Up goodies, and a lot of stuff has retired, and I asked the ladies a couple of months ago, do you want everything to be current product, or can I, you know, move in some retired product with current product? And all the ladies were so happy to be using both. They didn't really care. So hence this one. This is that detailed dogwood stamp set, which was a free celebration stamp set. Absolutely love it. I think it's such a pretty stamp set. So we've used that, and I've brought in the color, the retired color, Mint Macaron. So that is the first card, which I thought was really, really cute. Then this is the second card. We have the Be My Valentine bundle, as well as the that Sweets DSP. And I've actually brought in a retired embossing folder here. That's that large hive or honeycomb embossing folder. I do have a small one, but I really wanted that large features. So that was our second card. Judith says she loved the detailed dogwood stamp set and she's sorry that she missed it. I know, Judith, it's a really pretty one. So I would see maybe jumping on some of those retired sites and seeing if anyone's selling them. Personally, I'm not selling mine because it's one that I think, you know, you can keep using so many. Oh, Adam, my husband said Vietnamese for dinner, Trace. I'm good with that. I'm happy with that. That's the answer that he'll want to. And then the third card is this one here, and we're using those masks, Enduring Beauty masks. I think that's what it's called. Oh, Abundant Beauty decorative masks, which are part of that Enduring Beauty suite. So really pretty. Very simple card, just using those masks together. So those are the cards that we're going to create. I'm going to pop the camera down. I don't know, will we create one or all three? Let me know what you would like. So let's pop the camera down. And I've just got to move my laptop as well. It's in the road. And we're so close to daylight saving finishing, which I'm a fan of. I'm not a fan of daylight saving, so I love that. But the problem is it's going to start getting dark again really soon. Oh, Pippi, you're in the road, darling. Just move my chair the other side. All right. 3 gorgeous cards. I'm going to bring in... We're going to create this one first, and then... Oh, okay, everyone's saying all 3. All right, well, let me show you the products then that we're going to use. So the stamp sets, we've got the Detailed Dogwood stamp set. This was a Celebration free stamp set during Celebration last month. Then for this one here, we have the Be My Valentine stamp set. This is also a punch bundle, so I've got the punch here ready to go as well. Then we have the Abundant Beauty decorative masks, and I'll talk a little bit more about these as we're creating with them, but a great little tool to have in your stash. And the sentiment here comes from the Hooray for Surprises bundle. Super excited. This one is sticking around till the next catalogue. So I'm very excited about that. Great stamp set. I'm also using a ton of colours or inks as well. So I have Mint Macaron for this card. The B card, we have Boho Blue, Poppy Parade, Daffodil Delight, and Old Olive. I'm also using Memento with that one. For our Sunflower card, we have Highland Heather, Fresh Freesia, Bubble Bath, and Granny Apple Green. Now I know this looks like a ton of inks, and it is, but what I find with my class is if I have a lot of different colours, the ladies are not stuck waiting for people too much, because you know they can do other things, stamp other things as they're creating, which I think is really helpful with a card class. Okay, so we're going to do this one here. I do have my kit, so I actually create one extra kit each week or each month, just to make sure that, you know, if someone comes unexpectedly, I do have a kit there. It also means that I've got a couple of extras for anyone who makes a mistake, which is always very helpful. So for this card, we have basic white thick cardstock that opens up from the top. We have Mint Macaron card base for the matting. I've got a piece of basic white for our layer here, as well as this beautiful DSP. And this is the, oh, let me have a quick look because I do have it on top. This is also a retired DSP pack. Designer Daydream is what that one is. I've got some stamping and some of this gorgeous ribbon, which is also retired. So I can move these to the side. I do need to grab something to do my stamping on. And we're actually going to stamp our large stamp first, that dogwood stamp. These are really pretty flowers. I have not seen them in real life, but I have seen pictures of them. And I don't know, do we get these in Australia? Or is this an American plant or tree? It's actually a tree. And I know some of you ladies will know. I'm just going to stamp that down. Make sure I get a nice crisp image. If not, we can turn that paper over. Judith said the B one, she totally muffed in class. No, it was fine. It was fine. You did well. Mint macaron, we're just going to stamp that dragonfly, and I do have everything on blocks, so that makes it super easy, ready to go. So we have the dragonfly and this little ampersand, I think that's what it's called. And while we have the ink out, let's grab that piece of white matting piece, and in this set there's like stitching. So we're just going to add a little bit of stitching here. My favourite sewing is stamping. So we have our layers sort of ready to go. This should be dry enough now. I have my mint macaron stamping blends. Obviously mint macaron has now retired, but you could change this to another colour. It certainly doesn't matter. So I'm just going to add the dark to the centres of those flowers, those large ones, and then this little, I don't know, is it a bulb? What else do we want? The centre here. And then with the light, I'm just going to colour in the leaves. So this is quite quick colouring. I'm not really layering colours or blending colours. We're just adding a little bit of colour to the design. And stamping blends are really easy to use. They're fun to use. They add a little bit of colour. Alcohol markers are really a great medium to use. And I could go back in with that dark and add a few layers, shadows, but I think that looks really nice. Let me bring that up to show you. And by not colouring in everything, it actually highlights a lot more. Oh, Sharon said it's a state tree of Virginia. And yes, it can be found in Australia. Well, there you go. I did not know that. Do you have to go to a nursery to get it? Because I have looked at Bunnings. I did look at Bunnings to see whether I could get it, and they didn't have any. We're not quite as cold as Virginia in the US, but I suppose we're cold enough here in Victoria that it would work. So I'm just going to quickly fussy cut around that dogwood flower. They're a little, it's like a white flower. I'm not sure if they come in other colours. I've only seen the white, but they look really pretty. Oh, Sharon said Google just told me. Good on Google. Well, thank you, Sharon, for Googling it. Now, sometimes I don't follow my own rules, fussy cutting, especially around really detailed things like this. But I'll tell you a few tips that may help you that I'm not necessarily doing right now, but keep them in your head for next time you're doing some fussy cutting, especially with very detailed areas. So one thing is to cut away any excess pieces rather than trying to do a big amount fussy cutting around. The other one is to actually move the paper rather than your scissors. And sometimes when I'm thinking about it, that's exactly what I do. But then I have noticed if I'm not really paying much attention, I'm just fussy cutting, that sometimes I'll just move the scissors. But you do have a lot more control when you're using or moving the paper rather than the scissors. So a few little tips for you there. I know you either don't mind fussy cutting or love it, or you hate it. And I will say, I was not a fan a few years ago. I would much rather use dies or punches. But now it sort of doesn't worry me. I don't like to do huge amounts. Like for instance, Marion will sit and fussy cut a whole pack of DSP. That's not sort of something that I would do, but you know, little bits at a time are fine. And while we're at it, because this stamp set actually has no dies, there are no dies with it, so Stampin' Up! Don't always do bundles. So it's sort of necessary to fussy cut sometimes. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We've got a little ampersand and little dragonfly. Dragonflies have been a bit of a staple in stamping, haven't they? I think I've got a few sets of dragonfly stamps. And in the new annual catalogue, there's another butterfly stamp set and dies, which I really like the dies, so I think it's going to probably be a must for me. I was actually hoping that my pre-order would be here today too. It arrived in Bendigo on Friday night, and you know, today's Tuesday and we still don't have it. Bendigo's only about, I don't know, 40 minutes away. It's the closest big town and we still don't have it here, so I'll keep waiting, maybe tomorrow. So we have all our pieces. Let's pop this card together. So simple card. Once we've got all our pieces ready, I'm going to use some liquid glue. Hi Deborah, how are you? Marion prefers fussy cutting, less stress on the shoulder. Yeah, I suppose the die cut machine can get a little bit hard on the shoulder. I wish Stampin' Up! Would bring out an electronic die cut machine. Would that not be the best idea ever? Because even myself, I would love a die cut machine, electronic die cut machine. Maybe that's something I need to sandbox and let Stampin' Up! Know. So I've layered down my DSP. I'm going to pop down the basic white over the top. Judas, left-handed and fussy cutting's a challenge. Yes. Something I suppose us right-handeds don't think about too much. Okay. All right. I'm going to add my little dragonfly just with some liquid glue up the top. This one has absolutely no embellishments other than the ribbon, which I think is all it needs. Doesn't need any more bling than that, I don't think. And our dogwood, we're going to add some a few of these dimensionals. Oh, Deborah has an electronic die cut embossing machine. It's called a Jiminy? Ah. I'll be completely honest with you, Deborah. I didn't know that we could get them in Australia. Like, I've heard of, you know, the scan and cut and those. But I wanted something to use with my dies. So I'll have to look into the Jiminy? Or is it a Gemini? Wondering, I think I've heard something about a Gemini, but... Oh, Sue, you're a left-handed as well. Well, there you go. They say left-handed people are very, very creative. Alright, so a little bow. Didn't do that very well. Let's try that again. Always harder to tie bows on camera. That's cute. Here's my ribbon scissors. And mini glue dot to attach that down. And that's our first card. Oh, Deborah has a scan and cut. How do you find that, Deborah? Do you find it a good machine, or? I suppose you wouldn't need to purchase dies if it just cut it out. I'll have to look into it a little bit more, but I would love Stampin' Up! To bring out an electric die cut machine. I think that'd be very handy. Look at that. Is that not just a really beautiful card? That detailed dogwood is absolutely stunning. So I'm going to move these to the side. We'll bring in our next card, and I think we might do the B card, the Be My Valentine. And let me grab my kit. So I have already pre-embossed with that embossing folder. Let me show you what it looks like. It is an old one. So large honeycombs, very, very detailed, which I think is really, really pretty. You can either use that side or this side, depends on what one you would like. And again, top folding card for this. It seems to be my favourite right now is the top folding cards. I'm going to layer that one down. I have a piece of the Be Mine DSP. We have Poppy Parade, Basic White and Basic White. So these are both Basic White thick. Let's move these to the side. These are what we're going to stamp with. So for our background here, we're going to add, let me have a look. We're going to need Granny Apple Green, Daffodil Delight, Poppy Parade and Boho Blue. So let's add our flowers to the bottom first. And So I'm actually using quite a few stamps in this set. So we have the bee's wings, the bee body, the antenna, we're up here. I'm using this cute little face. There's actually 4 faces in the whole set, which is amazing. We've got this little whizzy stamp and 2 different leaves and 2 different flowers. So we're going to use those. I wonder if I should take another photo of my desk at the end of my live like I did last week. Did you see the mess on my desk? So I'm going to stamp this twice, like so. And then this is a little bit smaller, so we're going to stamp that one in the middle, like so. For our little flowers, I've got my Daffodil Delight, and there's a couple of different flowers that we're using. So one full flower and a little half flower. It's not really a half flower, but you're only seeing like one dimension. This is the full one. So I am going to use that Daffodil Delight again in a minute, so I'm just going to pop it to the side. Poppy Parade for the other 2 little flowers. Well, that didn't stamp very well. Let's see if we can do that again. Yeah. And these are photopolymer, so you can see straight through, which makes it great when you're stamping. So we have the flowers. I'm going to use that boho blue for the little whizzy bee path. So let's add him in like so. And then we can focus on that bee. Move that to the side. Now, one thing with our punch bundles, when you're stamping, I recommend using strips that will fit in through your punch. So like this, you'll use less weight, there'll be less wastage, which is really good. But when you're stamping, one thing that you need to sort of be mindful of is how you're stamping and how you're going to punch it out. So for instance, with the bee's wings, I can put this through, and I don't want to, do a big amount of stamping. So if I stamp it down this way, I'm not punching out a whole heap along here. So we are going to need the Versamark ink. And that's that other road. Honestly, I need a bigger desk. So we're going to do 2 bee wings, like so. Then the bee's body, I need the bee's body to go this way. So when I stamp that down, doesn't really matter about this one. So we'll do the colour first. Actually, I'm going to go right along this edge, like so. With the bee's body, I want the stinger on the right hand side because that's how it's lined up in the punch. Didn't really line that up 100%, but that's okay. And we have the little face. I can stamp that with the bee in the middle. And then we also need some antennas. I'm just going to add that there. So now we can just line up all our images and give them a quick punch out. So these punch out little hearts, as well as wings. So there's actually 2 heart punches and a speech bubble, if you want to look at it that way. Let's go this way and do the B. And lastly, we've got the little antenna, which you can punch out with the little heart. So let's feed him in that way. And we have all our little pieces. And very little wastage, which is really good. So now we can start popping this card together. Again, we're going to use some liquid glue to attach our layers together. And I think I'm going to do it so I've got the other side up. Pop him down so it's a nice little border, white border all the way around. Marion's just put away her stamps and inks. I'm glad that you were able to get some crafting time done. Got a little strip of that DSP. This is that really pretty, brings the poppy parade and the little flowers together. I'm also going to add these 2 layers together, but we're going to pop it up onto the card base. So these are all pretty simple cards that come together really, really nicely. They look good though too. Okay, so for our little bee, I'm going to use mini glue dots. Got them here somewhere. I just find that's a little bit easier to pop things together. So let's add our little wings down and the antenna. These would look really good in vellum as well. So a little buzzy bee. And I think when I first got this set, I actually fussy cut the antenna because I didn't realise that the little heart punch is what actually punches it out. We're going to pop him up with some dimensionals. And the embellishments I'm actually using are loose silver sequins. They are retired, but they're really pretty as well. So let's pop this up onto the card. And there's a few things you could use with embellishments that aren't adhesived. That's not a word. They don't already have the adhesive on them. You can use fine tip glue, which works really well. I actually find that if I just pop a little bit of my multi-glue down, so if I'm just going to do a little dot, little dot. So those ones there, let's get that little, subtle shimmer sequins are what they're called, in lots of different colours. And I'm going to use my Take My Pick tool to pick these up. And honestly, I can put sort of any one of them down. It's going to look really pretty. So there's some silver, there's some opaque There's some pearly colours. It's a great little set, this one. And in the middle of the flowers, we're just going to add a little dot of glue there as well. Let's find something to stick in there. Oh, that's a little one. Didn't really want to come off. There we go. And there's our little bee card. Bright, cheery. This one doesn't have a sentiment, so you can put any sentiment inside that you would like. It could be a birthday, could be, you know, it could be any card. So, but really cute. I'm going to pop this one to the side just because these sequins are wet. They're going to take, you know, 20 minutes to dry, so I don't want to have them moving around anywhere. All right, so there is that second card. For the third card, we're using those beautiful decorative masks. I just need to clean up my desk just slightly because I do have a mess everywhere. So has everyone tried using masks before? They're a lot of fun. So for this card base, again, I was on a roll, top folding, but we're actually using it side folding. So that's something a little bit different. I've got Fresh Freesia as our matting, basic white for the layer, basic white thick for the sentiment, and then another piece of the Fresh Freesia cardstock, and some of this gorgeous gold, Simply Elegant trim. So if I move our little pieces to the side, let's grab out these masks and I'll show them to you. There's actually 7 masks in the whole set. So I'll show you what ones that we're not using today. So this one has, that doesn't really show you very well, does it? This one has leaves. So you can, you know, use your ink blending or any medium that you would like and add different colours to your leaves, which is really pretty. We have snowflakes, which I love. Great for your Christmas cards, for your wintry cards. So this is a really great set for that reason. And then we have a houndstooth look, or it could be bats. I think it's supposed to be bats. So perfect for your Halloween themed cards. But honestly, it does look like a houndstooth when you use it as well. So you can just use it for that background. So those are 3 layers that can be used separately, or you can use these ones that will create the sunflowers together. So we have the main sunflower flowers, and they actually all have numbers for you to help you use them. So this is the first one. The second one is the leaves. The third one is the centers of the sunflowers. And then the fourth one is, again, more detail in the centers. Now, what I did for the ladies was I actually wrote down on each one what color we're using for each one, just to make it easy. And what's really great with these ones is we have a little notch here, and it lets us know the number. So as long as you line up that notch with the same spot every time, you will line it up. Obviously, you can work it out and line it up as well, but the notch will help as well. So let's grab my paper, and I'm actually just going to use some repositional tape, and that's going to keep just this layer nice in the nice spot. So our layers are Bubble Bath. We've got Bubble Bath, Highland Heather, Fresh Freesia, and Granny Apple Green. So we're going to start with number 1, and I'm lining up that little notch out with the side of my basic white cardstock, and then along the top of the stencil with the cardstock. So like so. Actually, no. I didn't with this one. I actually had it up a lot higher. So one way you can do it if you want to move it around in different areas is, because we've secured this down onto our paper, one way of doing it if you want it to be in the same spot without sort of measuring it or anything like that, is you can put a little mark on your paper, and then that way you know that once you line that up with along the edge, you're going to be in the same spot each time. So Bubble Bath is our first colour, and I'm using our wonderful blends, stamping blends, no, blending brushes. And what I did for the ladies too is I just wrote the name of each colour, so we didn't mix them up. So Bubble Bath is going to be our first one. I'm going to pick up my ink, lining that up, and then just create the colour down. I love Bubble Bath. It has really grown on me. I thought it was going to be too soft when we first got it, but it's so pretty. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more colour there. Okay, so we have our first layer. Now when you want to clean these masks, you can just use a clean cloth, a clean wet cloth, and run over it, or you can run it under like just the tap. Both work really well. Okay, so our second one is our leaves. So if I line that up, we're going to pop our leaves down. I'm using Greeny Apple Green. So I have a blending brush for that one as well. I actually used masks for my swap card for on stage, and using the masks and creating with those, it was so quick and easy to do, and it made really easy work of it. Doesn't that just pop off the page? Really pretty. Our third one is Fresh Freesia, and it's the center of the sunflowers. Let's find Fresh Freesia and the ink pad. Just moving the camera a bit, sorry about that everyone. So you can really do these if you're making a lot of them in one go. You can just do each one individually, and that's what I did with my onstage swaps. So quick and easy to create. I think I created 10 of each colour combo, and I made 50 in all. So good. And this is Highland Heather. This is stencil number 4. And this is where you can be a little heavy-handed. Maybe that's why it suits me. And look at that, isn't that so pretty? So you could certainly add, you know, a darker layer if you would, if you wanted it to be a little bit darker. I think that's really nice. Okay. Let's move this to the side. That's our ink blending. With the sentiment, I grabbed that one from the beautiful Hooray for Surprises stamp set. This one here, we're going to use You Are Simply Amazing. And our basic white. This would also, you know, be great as a birthday card. Just going to stamp that in the middle. Oh, okay. Don't like that. I might just clean that really quickly. This seems to have a little bit of lint there, so let's see if we can do a better job this time around. Much better. Sometimes just cleaning your stamps will, you know, do amazing things. We have my kit. So now we can add our layers together. Liquid glue. So we're just going to add the Fresh Freesia cardstock to the basic white. And we're going to pop that up to our card base, which is basic white thick. So some dimensionals. Deborah's used the masks. What happened, Judith? Did your card not turn out like this? Or is it Jeanette? We have our little layer of the Fresh Freesia cardstock. I'm just going to add, and you could use liquid glue. I'm going to go the easy option of a little bit of tear and tape. Tear and tape makes my life so much easier. And we can add those two layers together. There's a little bit of an overhang on both sides. And we're going to pop that up with dimensionals as well. That's more like it, isn't it? It's what you guys are used to seeing me with. And we've got some of that gold trim. I'm just going to do, actually, I think we did a faux bow. Like so. Yeah. And gonna add that just to the base here. And it's right on the very edge, so we'll see how we go. And probably not put that last dimensional down first. And that dimensional will just sit on top, but it's fine, we've got it down. All these backings off. Nice and straight. And lastly, I've got some of these metallic pearls. I did stock up on these when they retired because I love them. So I do have a few sets of them, and that's what we used. Gonna use the gold. Just add 3 of those down. So with the sentiment, you are simply amazing, honestly, you could give that for so many different reasons as well. And there is our third card. Let me bring in all the cards now. I have that one. Just looking for my other card. My desk is an absolute mess. know what? Oh, isn't that amazing? And I know you ladies know because you have things that go missing off your desk as well. But how do I miss 2 cards? Oh, here we go. They fell on the floor. There we have it. There are our 3 cards. So this is a little taster of what my card classes in Bendigo each month look like. If you live locally to Bendigo and would like to join in, I have my latest card class registration is open over my blog. There is a link in the description of the video, so you can head over to my blog, sign up, register your spot if you would like to join in, and we would love to have you. It's a really lovely, relaxed, friendly environment. Everyone is welcome to come, and we just have a really great time. 2 to 4 o'clock are the timings, and it's Saturday the 20th of April for next month. All right, and if you're in need of any supplies that are current, you can purchase them in my online store. This is that new host code that I was telling you about before. Only a few more days left of March, so get in and grab those goodies. Quickly as well, I'll be doing a post tomorrow just to let you guys know that some of our staples in Stampin' Up are going up. So ink, stamping blends, envelopes. There is a little bit of a list of things that are going up. So now is the time, adhesives, now is the time to maybe place an order and get them at a cheaper rate before they go up in May when the new catalogue goes out. Just as a heads up. It is stacks of fun. Thank you, Jeanette. Yeah, we always have such a great time. That's all right, Deborah. Thank you so much for coming and watching today. I hope you have a really great Easter as well. For everyone who is going away, please be safe, but have a wonderful time. My husband and I are actually going to Hobart, well, to Tassie, so we're super excited. We cannot wait. Yes, Marion, fairies. Fairies threw my card on the floor. Never mind. All good. All right, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll have a new challenge up, Tracy's Sunday Challenge on Sunday, so if you'd like to join in. But you've still got plenty of time to join in the Easter Challenge if you would like to join in. And what else is there? I think that's just about it. Don't forget that free project tutorial as well over my blog for this little Easter box. Grab that now. All right, everyone, have an amazing rest of your weekend. Thank you for the thumbs up, and if you're new here, I'd love it if you hit the subscribe button as well. All right, everyone, enjoy. Bye bye.